Where did you emerge? Where did your point of view? Well, we talked about voice. The point of view being the voice is going to be the easiest, most human interface, and the best way to collect the data.
I mean, look, I look back and I'm like, man, so much has changed so rapidly with the technologies. Like the first version, right? Like, man, that was, it's like and at the time it was so groundbreaking. It was like, this is really cool. But there were a lot of things that I think the tools have had to catch up on a lot of things as you start to get them into production, as well. I mean, there were some options for platforms in order to build kind of voice infrastructure on top of. At the time, there weren't a lot of great ones though, and so we actually started using OpenAI's real-time API. They kind of had just launched kind of a preview of that, and we started building on top of that. We were exploring. There were kind of like, I feel, if I remember correctly at the time, there were like 4 providers that did different parts of it, and they all kind of focused on slightly different. And kind of, if you know anything about the voice ecosystem, it kind of breaks down into these components. There's speech to text, right, which is I'm taking what I'm saying and turning that into a text input. There's the LLM actually that's processing that and thinking about what to respond, and the LLM puts that out as text, right? And then there's the text to speech component, where you're then saying, I'm taking the LLM's response and I'm turning that into something that sounds like a voice to return back, right? And then there's a lot of little things in between, like noise cancellation and turn detection, and right, there's a lot of different kind of components within that. Now there are approaches where you can go speech to speech, which is pretty novel as well, and that's kind of what these real-time APIs allow you to do, which is actually that you can kind of cut out some of that middle layer there and just go speech to speech, so you get kind of faster response time as a result, but it's also less flexible for certain things. As well. So there's trade-offs to every single one of these approaches. When we first started, there just weren't that many to choose from, so you kind of just pick something that kind of serves the use case that you're working with first, right? Whether that was, I remember some of these, they were like really enterprise kind of scale solutions, and like just the cost to get started, you're like, well, we're MVPing this right now. I'm not going to, sign up for a 100K contract just to see if we're going to build a voice platform for this, right? And then there were some others that had, again, some of the trade-offs where you didn't have as much flexibility, which is also fine in the beginning because you're an MVP. You don't have all the feature complexity that you need to deal with there.